Hey guys, I'm here. Welcome to my channel. Let's do a little experiment today. I'm going to show you something that Apple won't tell you in their manual. No, it's not because they don't want you to know this. It's because if they put it in the manual would be thousands of pages long. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Here I am in Photos, and let us say that I wanted to get a printout of all of these photos and I want to print them in a 4:6 aspect ratio. So let's go ahead and open up Photos here. Let's just select some random photos. Select this one, and we'll throw this one in here too. Let's select these 4 photos right here. Now you can see these are all different orientations, but I want to print them all in the same orientation, and I want to make sure that all of the photos fill the entire frame or fill the entire print. Now there's several ways to do this. You could open up each photo individually and then adjust it to fit the frame and then send it to print, or you could do it right here within Photos. You could right-click and go down to Print, and then right up here at the top, you have your page layout. You can see it says 4:6. If I click on this, you can see this is going to allow me to select the orientation of each individual photo, and then I could manually rotate each one so that they all print correctly. But this isn't really the best way. There's a much easier way. So here's what you're going to do. You're going to hold down the Control key, and then you're going to click on Print. When you do that, you're going to get this dialog box pop up that says Print Using. Now in here you can see I have photos, I preview, and I also have pages. What we're going to do is we're going to choose pages. Now the reason we're doing this is because when you use pages, you get access to a few more options. You get more control over how things are printed out. So let's go ahead and click on Choose Pages. Now, here we are inside of Pages. Now, you can see all of our images are here on the left-hand side. You can select them, drag them around, delete them, whatever you need to do. But for now, what we want to do is we want to place these images into a table. So I'm going to draw a line right here, and I'm going to double-click on this line. It turns it into a table. Now, from here, I can take these photos, and I can drag them into this table. I'm going to drop them in. And now you can see we have 4 photos in a table. Now, the reason we put them into a table is because from here, we can adjust the spacing between each column and each row. So let us go up here to where it says Format, and then Table, and we LAL go down to the bottom here and under. Column and row, we can reduce the spacing so that there's no spacing between the photos. Now you can see that looks a lot better. We've eliminated all of the white space. From here, what I can do is I can actually drag the edges of this table to resize it. And then I can go up here to where it says Document and down to Page Setup. And from here, I can set the page size to 4:6. Now you can see it fits nicely on a 4:6 page. Now from here, I can go ahead and click on Print. And once I click on Print, you'll notice right below Print Width it says Pages, but it gives us a few more options. It gives us the option to use AirPrint or to save it as a PDF. Now, if I want to send this to my printer, I could click on Print and then select my printer, and it will print out this document. But if I don't want to print it, if I just want a proof copy, I can go ahead and click on Save, and then I can save this as a PDF. Now, when I open up this PDF, you're going to see that it has all of my photos. But look how nice it is. All of the photos fit nicely on the page. They're exactly the size I want them to be. And I didn't have to do any work at all. I didn't have to open up each photo individually. Didn't have to go in here and adjust the frame. Simply selected them all in Photos, held down the Control key and clicked on Print. And then I chose Pages and everything worked itself out. Now, the reason I was able to do this is because I have Pages installed on my computer. You might be wondering, do you have to pay for Pages? No, Pages comes free with every Mac. In fact, Pages is an application that everyone should use on their Mac. Even though Pages is a word processor, you don't have to use it just for writing. You can use it for a lot of other things like what I just showed you, creating photo layouts, and even more. Now let's go back into Photos. Let's do this again. Let us select a bunch of photos and let us say we want to print them in a 3:4 aspect ratio. So I'm going to hold down the Control key, and I'm going to click on Print, and then I'm going to choose Pages. Now, you can see it automatically creates a document for us with a 3:4 aspect ratio. And once again, we can take these photos and we can drag them into this table. And we can adjust the spacing, just like we did before. And then we can adjust the size of the table. And then we can go to
Page setup, steps, setup.
When NSET with NSET at NSET by the sense, I sent I sec I wear my So, you can see there's a lot more that you can do with Pages than just write documents. If you ever want to put together a newsletter or a form, maybe you want to create a flyer or a brochure, maybe you want to do something like what I just did, putting together a nice photo layout. Instead of doing all of that work in something like Photoshop or Illustrator, you can do it right here in Pages, and it's going to be much faster and it's much easier. I know what you're thinking. Okay, great. Now I have to learn how to use Pages. Well, don't worry. There's a solution for that as well. Apple has created a ton of templates that you can use, and many of these templates are interactive. They actually walk you through step by step and help you fill in the information that you need. So, let's say I wanted to create a newsletter like this. I can simply select this link right here, and it takes me to all of the newsletter templates that are available. So I'm just going to select this one. Now, this is an interactive template. So if I click on it, you'll see that it says, add your content here. If I click on this text right here, it says insert table here. So I can simply click on this, and it inserts a table right into my document. From here, I can simply start typing, and I can start filling out my newsletter. Look at how easy it is. This is much faster than having to learn how to use Photoshop or Illustrator. If I wanted to create a form, I can go right here and select a form template. If I wanted to create a flyer or a brochure, I can do that right here. And if I wanted to create a custom-sized document, I can do that as well. So, there's no reason you should be paying someone else to create documents for you. You can do it all yourself right here in Pages. Now, the biggest problem people have when it comes to learning something new is they want to buy a class, or they want to read a book, but they never get around to taking the class or reading the book. So, I understand that, but there is a solution for this as well. There's a website. Let me pull it up right here. On this website, they have hundreds of free classes that you can take on virtually any topic you can think of. And guess what? They have an entire section dedicated to Pages. So, if you wanted to learn how to use Pages, you can watch any one of these videos, and it will teach you exactly what you need to know. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like. And if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. I'll see you next time.